Hello, my name is Philip Entz. I'm from Buckmaster Office Solutions. I help design document management solutions for our customers. And today I wanted to show a quick clip on our forms processing with DocuWare and some of the capabilities that it can be used for and the advanced functionality that it can do. Anyways, the first example I wanted to show is a typical employee onboarding sheet. Essentially, what this can be used for is given out to new employees within the organization to fill in their information that is typically required for various forms that the company needs to fill out and submit. Right now, you can see I've pre-populated this form with my information. So the new employee would get the form link, fill out the information that you're seeing in here for their applicable information for themselves. Once they have it completely filled out, they would hit submit, and that's essentially going to go into the system, automatically store the document into the system, and pre-populate forms for the new employee based on the requirements of the organization. So if we go into the DocuWare system, go to search, employee files, and this can be restricted to only HR individuals, hit search, and you can see now we have an I-9 employee contact form and a W-4, all for the new employee that just submitted the information. We click on one of the forms. You can see it pull up in the screen on the right. All the information's populated with the information I submitted in my previous form. Click on the next one. The emergency contact form is filled out. Click on the next one, and the W-4 form is filled out. So this helps expedite all that information that's maybe typically used in various forms with the exact same information. This can be used for numerous other types of capabilities other than HR. Sometimes customers even need to have multiple forms with the same information filled out numerous times. It can be used to send to customers to have them fill out their information. Once it's populated, it populates the forms. Now they just need to sign it and they're good to go. That's an example of basically how the forms can populate other forms that are existing in the system. Wanted to also show another example of potentially a request for time off. This kind of shows the capabilities of being able to trigger workflows within the system as well. So a new or employee, existing employee, whatever, fills out their information for their requested time off, fill in the information for the name, department, the dates that they're looking for, the earnings code, whether it's a vacation, sick, whatever the types of reasons that you want to allow for the customer or the employee. Put in the total hours for this range. They can add a second line if they needed additional lines for the vacation or whatever request. Once they're done, they would hit submit, and this goes into the system. And essentially what it's going to do is actually trigger a task to the manager for that employee to either approve or not approve the vacation request. So if we go to task, you can see that the task is assigned here for PTO approval. If you select on the PTO approval, you can actually double click on it. Brings up the request, and so apologize. Double click on it, brings up the request on the right hand side. They can see the full request. They can do approved or denied. Under approved, you can see the hours available, hours requested, and new available. And we also, at the same point, got an email notification to that hiring manager stating Philip Entz has submitted a PTO task that requires your attention. They could click the link to go right to this task view and either approve or deny the information. Approved would send a notice to the employee stating that it's been approved. Denied would do the same thing, also with the reason of why it's being denied. So it helps route documents throughout the organization. It can be a PTO request. It could be numerous other requests or information such as a sales order or whatever type of request you wanted to allow the employees or customers to submit. Another example I just wanted to show, just as an idea, there's numerous ways that we could use the forms capabilities. Employment application could be publicly facing. For here, they'd fill out the information for the position being applied for and their personal information. They can actually attach their resume and references to the document. And once it submits, again, it would go through a similar type of workflow task to where it can go to a hiring manager for approval. They can also submit it to another manager for review purposes or for interviewing, and it can automatically send notice to end user that has submitted the application. That's Forms in a nutshell. There's many more options and capabilities that it can be used for, but I wanted to give a quick clip kind of idea of the general purposes of Forms. Thank you, and hope you watch others.